सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। हरि ओम जी, 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 हरि ओम जी। Some people say, some of the Karmakandis say, Veda has only the topic of do's and don'ts. It doesn't have the topic of any self-knowledge. They take a stand. If you study Veda, it only tells you the right actions and the wrong actions, the to be done and the not to be done, the prescribed and the proscribed, the prescribed and the proscribed, the good and the bad. We say that's not true. Veda, a part of Veda talks about good and bad, the do's and don'ts, actions. It talks about values, the right values, the right habits, the right food, the right lifestyle, the dharma. The Karmakanda's topic is dharma. Acha kya hai? That which guarantees you relative happiness. Relative happiness. आपको अच्छा, आप खुश रहेंगे जिंदगी में. If you follow the do's and don'ts of Veda, it will guarantee it, because it doesn't talk about customs, unlike all other lot of religions. It talks only about human values, which guarantee happiness, relative happiness. Yes, guarantee relative happiness. It is true Karmakanda, like don't be violent, definitely makes you happy. If you follow that principle of non-violence, it will make you happy, definitely. As a husband, if you don't go about hurting or shouting at your wife, etc., definitely your life will be much better. You see, the relationship becomes more and more pleasant. For a grihastha, the best wealth is a pleasanter relationship. What else? Pleasanter relationship with your wife, with your bahu, with your children, with your Ramu, with your driver, all that, with your neighbor. Pleasanter relationships is all that the Grihastha is about. Grihastha Ashrama is meant to teach you how to relate yourself more pleasantly. Yes. So when you hear Karmakanda, it teaches you the right values which guarantee in time, slowly, guarantee. Build up relative happiness. That is all right, but that is not the whole of Veda. There is something called Vedanta which also talks about, hey, these values are meant to guarantee you the relative happiness, and use that relative happiness to understand yourself, the absolute peace. Therefore, relative happiness is meant to help you understand the truth. Thus, Veda talks about how to guarantee oneself relative happiness, and also it teaches you how to discover the absolute serenity which is one's nature. Thus, the first part of Veda talks about relative happiness, relative freedom, and the later part of Veda talks about absolute freedom, which is a matter of knowledge. It is one's nature. Relative happiness is conditioned by, it is brought, the right values bring. Dharma brings relative happiness, and Jnanam gives absolute. There is no other way. Therefore, to say that Veda talks only about rituals is just not true. It's not true. That is said here, Prabhupada Nivritti Vidhi, Tachesha Vedrekena Kevalavastuvadi Veda Bhagavunasti Vidanna Upanishadasya Purushasya Ananyaseshatvat. The truth that is unfolded in Veda has no links with rituals. It has no links. It is not that I have to go through rituals to know the truth. It is like reaching the first standard, second standard. In order to reach the second standard, I have to go through first standard. Aisa nahi hai. It is not that it is a must to go through rituals to understand the truth. Rituals are not the precondition for understanding the truth. Viveka and Vairagya, common sense, reasoning qualifies us to understand the truth. Reasoning, common sense. I think common sense is greater than all the rituals available in God's creation. Yes, common sense is what helps you live and grow and ultimately find the truth also, with the help of Veda. Therefore, Upanishadasya Purushasya Ananyaseshatva. Even though the Arya Samajis link the Vedanta with the Karma Kanda, the rituals, the Sanatana Dharma does not link Vedanta with rituals. No. Vedanta is a topic. It is yourself, that you are the topic, not what the rituals that you have to do. That is not the topic. Therefore you can, if you don't know anything about rituals, you are not an anadi. You don't have to say, Swamiji, I am an anadi about rituals. You don't lose anything. You say, kuch nahi hai. If you don't know anything about, you will say, so to kya hua? There's nothing great about it. Limited. Veda itself says that's limited. Those who want to have some material things here and hereafter, for them, rituals are meant for those who can't do anything better. They are useful. There are people for whom temple is useful, rituals are useful. But temple is not a must for knowing the truth. Rituals are not a must for knowing. There is no precondition for knowing the truth except your correct thinking. Your correct thinking is the precondition. I don't even say your hard work. Then again hard work has to be interpreted. Right thinking, right reasoning, correctly looking at your existence. Your existence is unquestionable. The unquestionable presence of your being. Understanding the unquestionability of your presence is understanding the truth. What else? Understanding the unquestionable presence of your being. Upanishadasya purushasya ananyaseshatvat esa upanishatsu eva adhigataha. The truth is conveyed only in the pages of Vedanta, and it is not mentioned in the pages of rituals. That is why it is Vedanta, the final topic of the pursuit of knowledge. For human understanding, there is nothing more to understand beyond understanding oneself. Therefore, the self is the final topic to be understood. And before understanding the self, you may understand so many things. EAB, so physics also, chemistry also, biology also, history also, maths also, and journalism also, and cooking also, eating also. There are so many things. You can go on picking up information. You can go on picking. You can really cram your mind, load your mind with all information. You can be a walking internet. Yes, you can be a walking internet. All that you have to do is insert a chip here, and then people can contact you. They can get all the information. But it can't guarantee you, information can't guarantee you happiness. Information, facts and figures don't guarantee happiness. Values guarantee relative happiness. Scholarship doesn't guarantee. It may bring you a job. Guarantee is a big word, gee. It's a big word. I can't use scholarship will guarantee you a job. It need not. There is nothing. Dharma guarantees happiness. It doesn't guarantee money. It doesn't guarantee prosperity. It doesn't guarantee. But when you are truthful, it guarantees happiness in your heart. When you are a good human being, it guarantees relative happiness in your heart. It guarantees. There is no uncertainty about it. I told you a great example. Supposing you feed a hungry man. Having fed an hungry man, try to shed tears. Can you cry? Can you feel guilt? Can you feel unhappy? अरे मैंने क्यों दिया, बड़ा पाप कर दिया, ऐसा कोई सोचते हैं? After feeding a hungry man, does one feel that मैंने क्या पाप किया? हे भगवान, ऐसा थोड़ी नहीं. You feel happy, whether you like it or not. Happiness fills your heart. That is called guarantee. Guarantee means choicelessly it is there. When you are truthful, you are choicelessly, relatively happy, peaceful. When you are honest, you may not get money, but you are choicelessly peaceful. Dharma gives you relative happiness choicelessly, whereas absolute happiness is the choiceless nature of one's being, to be understood. Both are choiceless. One arrives without choice, let us say, whereas absolute happiness is there without choice. Therefore, this topic of Vedanta is not something that is there all over Veda, it is there only in Vedanta. Therefore, if anybody takes a stand Veda is a Hinduism is only nothing but rituals. He is stupid, he doesn't know anything. Rituals are just on the margins of Vedic culture. That's not the central part of Vedic culture. The central part of Vedic culture is understanding the truth. Living to know the truth is Vedic culture. Living to know the truth. Working to prepare oneself to know the truth. You do your duties, you follow your ritual, you follow your values, you follow your prayers, you do everything. And the purpose is to know the truth. Therefore, to say that there is no topic of self-knowledge, it is only Vedic culture, is only full of rituals and rituals and rituals. People don't know. Idol worship. What is Hinduism? Idol worship. It is just on the margins. Even that is idol worship is nothing but worshipping God through an idol. We are not anadis to worship idols. Neither we are idol worshippers, nor we are idol worshippers. Haji. We are not idol worshippers. Because what influences every activity of Vedic people is the need to know the truth. Yes. Like what influences every act of a child is the felt need to be educated. The felt need to be educated influence his behavior. I need to be educated influences every move of mine, every behavior of mine, every step in my life. Therefore, it is the truth that molds. The felt need to know the truth molds a Vedic man's behavior. But Swamiji, that is not there in this country. Jahan hai, wahan par hai ji. If you are not receptive to what is Vedic culture, then you go by your impulses. Either you go by wisdom or you go by impulse. Bas itna hi hai. There are schools everywhere. Education is available. Not that everybody takes interest in it. There are so many vagabonds. There are so many vagabonds just आवारा घूमते रहते हैं, पढ़ते थोड़ी हैं. That doesn't mean there is no padhai. There is a padhai available. Availability is different from how you respond to it. Individual response to what is available is different from what is available. Therefore here, now we are clinching this point. Neither temples are the central part of Veda, nor rituals are the central part. They are not the topic at all. Nor caste is the central topic. But only living to know oneself the truth is the topic. There is nothing, there is no other topic. We don't live in order to go to heaven, no. Because Veda also says even if you go to heaven you have to come back. अगर वापस आना है जाना क्यों? जब वापस ही आना है तो पहले in the first place why go there? Why go there unnecessarily go there? वहाँ पर जाने के बाद फिर वापस आने के लिए मन नहीं आता है. And they push you down because you can't pay the bills. पुण्य है ही नहीं. You have to come tumbling down. Veda tells the right things. Hey, don't look for heaven. Don't wait to go to heaven. Use your right actions not for going to heaven. Use your right actions to make yourself relatively happy here and understand the truth here and solve the problem here. Don't unnecessarily use your punya karma, good deeds to go to heaven. Therefore, nothing is the central topic except the truth. Okay, iti vav sakyam. So Bhagavan has refuted it. We don't have too many central topics. There is only one central topic. There are so many topics on the margins, the related topics. The related topics are different. A related topic cannot be considered central topic. Prayer is a related topic. Values are a related topic. Karma Yoga is a related topic. Disciplines are a related topic. Temples and all that is a related topic. All pious deeds are related topics. Even service to serving the other living beings is a relative. It is a topic that is related to the central topic. There is no topic in life as per Vedanta. According to Vedanta, there is no topic in life that is unrelated to the central topic. If it is unrelated to the topic, it is a redundant. It is useless. You are wasting time. You are wasting time because what you are doing is not related to the topic in life. Okay, this point we have seen. Next point, I have to see only point by point. You know, the physical existence, the biological, the life of the body, the longevity of the flesh is governed by prarabdha. The longevity. See, one goes on breathing even in sleep, even though his presence is not in equation with the body. One doesn't feel the body is alive. Because it still has the prarabdham to play the role of an upadhi for the one in sleep to wake up and exhaust his prarabdha. Yes. Exhaust his prarabdha. If we don't accept, if we don't really take into account the prarabdham, you know, it's very important to take into account the past to explain away the present. It's not a theory, this is an obvious truth. You can't explain away what you are because the roots of the present are in the past, the material roots. My individual roots, yes, my roots are in the past. So it's all causation. Therefore, man is asleep, the body is lying. The example is given here very beautifully. When a man is fast asleep, his body is lying down on the bed, exactly lying. The skin of a snake left by the snake. You have seen some skin in an anthill or in a snake, it just sloughs. It skins itself. It skins itself. The epidermis is gone. It has the look of the snake, but there is no snake in it. There is no jiva in it. In that skin, there is no jiva. The jiva has left. The jiva has left. In that manner, in sleep also the body is just lying like the left skin of a snake. You have transcended the form. The snake spatially moves away. Here the truth doesn't move away. The feeling of equation with the body becomes unmanifest. Like, I'll give you an example. Somehow you have to capture this. You used to love your wife or husband. Then बाद में problems आ जाते हैं. That is the krama, sequence. There is a sequence. First you are very then if that the sense of attachment to your life partner was manifest before, now even though you are living together, it is unmanifest. It's not there, it's not felt. It's not felt. Gone. It gets buried. In that manner, the equation, the felt equation with the body in sleep becomes unmanifest. And similarly, even after knowing the truth, the person continues to live. But he doesn't have the conclusion that he is the form. He lives in the form. He has no identification with the form. You live in the house, but you have attachment to the house, but no identification with the house. Or sometimes you don't even have attachment. If you are living on a rent, I don't think you will have any attachment. In a rented house you are living and some small scratch is there on the wall. Do you feel worried? छोड़ो जी हमारा नहीं है. I am not talking about that it is a good attitude or bad. I am only saying you can live in something without any attachment. It is possible. You can live. There are so many Indians who live abroad, they have no attachment to that country. They still have attachment only to this country. Possible ji. हो जाता है. It is possible. Wisdom can help you live with a thing without attachment. Similarly, a sage can live as an individual without knowing, without taking himself to be a form. A wave can continue to be a wave. It can know itself to be oceanic water and still continue to look a wave. Yeah. It can continue to look a wave, an individual form, knowing very well that it is the substance. Okay. Thus, this conclusion that once a person knows the truth, the body has to fall dead is a wrong thing. It is a wrong speculation. It is a mischievous, wrong speculation. Knowing the truth should just make the body disappear. It's wrong. It's nothing. If that were true, then this tradition of teaching won't be there. Uddalaka knew and he taught his son, he taught his son, he taught his son. A teacher teaches his student, his student, his student, his student. This parampara won't be there. If you come to know the truth and you die, then you won't be there to teach and nobody can learn. These are all wrong things. Wrong speculations abound in this society. Therefore, when you are living in a society, you are receptive to all those wrong speculations. And if one doesn't have to be receptive to consume all those, swallow all those wrong speculations, you have to be with the Shastra. You have to be with the Shastra. There is no alternative place. You have to be. It's like to keep away from the dust, you must have a daily bath. There is no other way. I have to keep myself clean. Similarly, I have to keep my mind clean. I have to keep my mind clean. This is clear, and therefore one can live without struggle, without ignorance. One can live with the knowledge of the truth. It's not that with the knowledge of the truth the man dies, gone. Yes, why? Even after knowing, one can. Prarabdha, as long as prarabdha is there. Supposing the exhaustion of prarabdha and understanding the truth are together, then as soon as he knows, he goes also. Why not? Just make it. There are many people who die in sleep. Yes, there are many people who die in sleep. Therefore, in sleep, his prarabdha is exhausted. The last second of a given day's waking state, at the last second, the prarabdha is exhausted. Then he won't wake up. He won't wake up, yes. There are so many people who just... We call them fortunate vagara. That's not the point. The point is there is no prarabdha. Fortunate or unfortunate, he has to go. Because the destiny, the prarabdha is exhausted. Why? There is something called the past has triggered a momentum, certain momentum in the present. That momentum stops. The momentum given in the present by the past, that momentum is exhausted, past. Like you give a momentum to a potter's wheel, उसको चक्कर लगा दो. Or your that gambling, what is that? Casino. You know casino? It goes round, Is that casino? That wheel, gambling. Let us call it casino. That they give a momentum to it. Is it eternally going? No. The momentum gets exhausted. Yes, all momentums get exhausted in life. Yes, and everything in this world, every bit of life is a momentum, nothing else. It's just a momentum. The rise of a nation is a momentum, and the fall of the nation is that momentum is exhausted. Ambani's rise also is a certain momentum, and it lasts for some time, and then it gets exhausted. How long it lasts, who cares? But it is available to be exhausted, but that is all that matters. It comes to an end, because it has gained momentum and it will lose momentum. The present life is just nothing but a momentum. given by the past. And certain actions done in the present give momentum to the future. It's prakar. Therefore, one doesn't have to, you don't have to think, there is no such thing called destiny, prarabdha. जो मैं करता हूँ वही है. My effort, self-effort is everything, is wrong. Destiny is everything, is also wrong. Both are wrong. Because both are wrong. Both are stands. The present has nothing to do with the past, is wrong. And what I am doing in the present will have nothing to do will have no effect on the future, is also wrong. My past does role play in my present. My thinking also plays a role. Yes. Life is a combination of self-effort as well as prarabdha. You can't say there is no prarabdha, because if you get a series of a handful of successes, any joker who gets a series of handful of successes, he says, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in prarabdha. If you work hard, then you will get. Then the sixth one will be a failure. Then he comes to the Swami. Swami ji, prarabdha में ऐसा कुछ है? Previously अपने आप बोलते थे दुनिया को कोई प्रारब्ध नहीं. Now धीरे धीरे रमण केंद्र आने लगते हैं. स्वामी जी, do you believe in प्रारब्ध? हाँ, ये मेरा प्रारब्ध है, आप आ रहे हैं. ये पहले आना था. These are all just people don't know. It is such a simple thing available to be understood by common sense. How can you really break today with yesterday? How can you break all that one enjoys today is not achieved only today? It's in sequence of the past. It is in consequence. A lot of consequences are there. And therefore, whether you understand the truth or not, prarabdha is there. One has to go through the prarabdha. If a person, even if he understands the truth, he is not liberated from prarabdha. Certain prarabdha he has to go through. He may not feel affected by it, but the event has to take place. Even if a Brahmajnani, supposing, by mistake, some courts convict him of a crime. But he is not a criminal, but a mistake. Judges also can make a mistake. That Swami's prarabdham can influence the judge's mind to convict them. Who knows? And they put him in prison. He is going through that prison sentence. He may say, ठीक है जी, इधर भी ठीक है, कुटिया में रहता तो इसी को अभी कुटिया मान. He may remain unemployed. That is a different thing. But he is going through to stay within four walls. It is just that he misses his bhiksha for some time. Destiny can influence thinking. It is a big problem. बुद्धि कर्मानुसारिणी. इसके बारे में बहुत डिबेट चला है. If my thinking is influenced by destiny, then what control do I have over my thinking? यहाँ पर कुछ लोग थोड़ी छोटी सी बात को मिस करते हैं हम लोग. Not your whole thinking is influenced by destiny. But when the destiny has to come, it can come through your thinking. Are temporarily influenced. You are otherwise very honest, but on one given day you are offered more money. Suitcase was. Then cholo, एक dishonesty can keep me happy throughout life. रोज नहीं करेंगे, एक ही बार. And that very day, prarabdham, you were caught. Unnecessary. यही होता है जी. When we say that destiny can influence one's thinking, here you can just follow one thing. It can influence your thinking for a little time. Not the whole life thinking is influenced by destiny. ये प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. The analysts have to give attention to certain nuances of Shastra. You had to go through some stomachache. Every day you are eating moong dal. Very sattvic food. And one day दिमाग खराब होता है. दिमाग खराब, वो डेस्टिनी ही खराब करती है. Then on your way you see bread pakoda being made. आलू का ब्रेड पकौड़ा. And then you say, चलो बहुत 6 महीना से मैं सात्विक ले रहा हूँ, एक दिन थोड़ा सा ब्रेड पकौड़ी लेने से क्या हो गया, छोड़ो. लेके आया ब्रेड पकौड़ी, खा लिया. And for 24 hours you could not get up. What is it? प्रारब्ध जी. You have to go through a little pain. Nobody can push the bread pakodi down your throat. If the bread pakodi has to make me uncomfortable, it has to happen through my thinking. Sometimes my destiny can come to me through others' thinking, sometimes it can come to me through my thinking. Yes. More often through others' thinking really. My destiny can really manifest. Pain can come to me through others' thinking. Supposing you are destined to go through pain, endless pain in the household, great clash, then you will get a bahu to go through all that. Or your son will be creating klesha, or your bahu can create klesha, or your daughter can create klesha. Your daughter is not happy, bas. You are unhappy. In fact, a lot of unhappiness comes for a grihastha through daughter's unhappiness. Yes, ये तो पक्का है. If the son is not happy, he says, छोड़ो. You can always say छोड़ो to son, but you can't say. That's why Bhagavan gives you daughter, either to make you extremely happy or to make you extremely unhappy. But which one Bhagavan knows? When the daughter comes, you don't know which is going to be in my destiny. But it is going to be one of the two. If she is happy, you are in heaven as a parent. If she is unhappy, you are in hell. It goes on. Therefore, in a way, ji. Therefore, now what is the point that we want to clinch? Life is not just your self-effort. Life is a combination of both self-effort and prarabdha. That is the point. But knowing the truth, does it liberate you from prarabdha? No. Prarabdha does manifest. It may not affect the person, but it happens. Shankaracharya ji died of dysentery. What a thing. He must have drank some water somewhere in the forest. Poor thing. He died of dysentery. Dysentery. And he disappeared into Himalayan caves and left the body somewhere there. I mean, that's what we are told, we don't know. But he definitely left the body very early in life. Because the average lifespan used to be 30 years, 40 years, इतना ही है, average. And if you are with vairagyam, your lifespan would be 15-20 saal. Some epidemic comes, gone. Prarabdha. Okay. Next point. Now we are going to cling. One more point. Therefore, I am concluding this sutra now. Therefore, in view of all these facts, that we are indeed in need of unnegatable peace. Unnegatable peace. Our search is always for the unnegatable comfort, inner comfort. And that search for the unnegatable comfort is there because that happens to be our nature. Otherwise, why should I be searching? And if that is our nature, then we have to only see how it is our nature. Therefore, self-inquiry is our need. Understanding ourselves is the sole need, not one of the needs, or at best call it a sole need, call it the central need. He is the central need in life. And understanding ourselves, if that is the central need, then our central responsibility is to look at ourselves. And if that is our central responsibility, then taking the help of the Shabda Pramana also is our central responsibility, central need. Therefore, one hathato brahma jignasa kartavya. Therefore, one has to do brahma jignasa. Therefore, one has to take up the study of Vedanta to look at oneself. Just as you take up the job to make money, how diligently, however, so diligently one studies and looks for a job and settle down in life to make money, how the material needs are pursued so diligently as that one has to look at pursue understanding the truth. Even though one thinks, even though we use this language, one diligently pursues the material needs, it's all done effortlessly. There is no effort. Nobody has to be. No, you don't. Effortlessly you look for a job. So effortlessly you look for a job. So effortlessly you make money. So effortlessly. You don't have to be told, that is what I mean. You don't have to be told. Apne aap karte ja. Or, when he starts making money, then suddenly, Ninyanabbe thinking begins. Ninyanabbe? Thinking you don't know. You have 99 rupees and you want to make it 100 and go on saving. Kill yourself and save money. Kill yourself and save money. 100 रुपया हो गया, अब 105, 101 बनाना है, फिर इसको बोलते हैं 99 थिंकिंग. 99 थिंकिंग. Does anybody say, tell anybody to do that? अपने आप हो जाता है. Similarly, when a person understands the need for knowledge, a little insight into what man wants and where lies what he wants. What he wants and where lies what he wants. A bit of insight into it, then your effort for your knowledge also is as effortless and as diligent. So no difference. Like a Ravana is effortlessly Ravana, Rama is also effortlessly Rama. ये बहुत जरूरी है समझना. Goodness is not more difficult. If you are convinced of goodness, then to be good is not an effort. Similarly, a person is not convinced of goodness, then to be bad also is not an effort. हम लोग को सोचते हैं, ये लोग कैसे हैं? What is his mindset? These people who are so cruel, we don't know what is mindset. उनका कोई mindset, they don't feel bad जी. They don't feel bad. उनके लिए ठीक है. Like a hyena steals a leopard's kill, does it feel guilty? Animals don't feel guilty. Similarly, a human being who doesn't feel guilty, without guilt he goes about committing crimes, he is equal to an animal, really. Because a human being must feel guilt. That means he has the human heart. And a cruel person is cruel effortlessly, a kind person is kind effortlessly. A materialist is materialistic effortlessly. A spiritual person is spiritual effortlessly. A good person is good effortlessly, a bad person is bad effortlessly. It is there, above hai. And therefore Brahma Jignasa is necessary. Iti Chatusutri Samapta. In this manner the fourth sutra is complete. Alright, what are the four sutras? Can you repeat? Athato Brahma Jignasa. What is the second sutra? Janmadhyasya yataha. What is the third sutra? Shastra yonitvat. What is the fourth sutra? Tattu samanvayat. So you can tell people, हम भी ब्रह्म सूत्र पढ़ते हैं. एक आधा बताओ जी. अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा. जन्माद्यस्य यतः शास्त्र योनित्वात् तत्तु समन्वयात्. Yes, he will do pranam and go. Because even to say it is not easy. Do you know the meaning? I will sum it up. Athato Brahma Jignasa. Thereafter, therefore, you have to think of yourself the truth. Janmadhyasyata. What is the truth? The source of everything, support of everything, the culmination of everything, the very substance of everything. Brahma. And what is the literature that can help you understand? Shastra Yonitvat. Is Shastra valid? Of course it is valid because it tallies with three things. It tallies with itself, reasoning and experience. This threefold tallying makes it valid. What is said by anybody must tally with reasoning and experience. It should be that is called samanvaya. Therefore, one has to do Brahma Jignasa. What is the fifth sutra? That way, Ikshatyadhikaranam. Ikshatyadhikaranam. This we will see in the next class. And then it is said, it is believed. It is believed that every sannyasi, if he can't study the whole Brahma Sutra, at least to study the Chatusutri, first four sutras. Every sannyasi, if once a person takes sannyasa, Don't unnecessarily remain complacent. मैं तो संन्यास ले लिया, अब तो हमारे को भक्त लोग भी मिल गए हैं, दक्षिणा मिल रही है, फ्री भिक्षा भी मिल जाती है। एक बार संन्यास लेने के बाद पढ़ना मुश्किल है, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, क्योंकि लोग आके सेवा करेंगे, फिर कहाँ पढ़ेंगे आप? The studentship is gone. Therefore, it is better that you remain a studentship until you learn. Once you become a teacher without having been a good student, then you will never become a student. Therefore, a sannyasi is advised, you must study properly the first 4 sutras. If one is brilliant, if one has time and the temperament, he should study the whole Brahmasutras. That matures you as a student of truth. It is a Shastra that matures you, the student in you, the thinker in you, the understander in you. Yes. But those 4 sutras we have seen. But we will go past the 4th sutras. We will do the whole thing. We have done so many times this whole thing. Swamiji, is it useful? This alone is useful in life. बाकी से ये सब खाना पीना है, bread pakodi. Everything else is just equal to bread pakodi. Roti dal bas. और क्या है? Even if you have billions, it can only buy bread pakodi. And after the stomachache, you can buy medicine. Beyond that, what can you do? Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.